Hey guys, it is the end, well, it's not the end of the growing season, but we're getting towards the end of the growing season, and I kind of wanted to give you guys an update of how things are going. As you can see behind me, the garden beds have all grown up enormously. Before, this was all mostly dirt, and a couple of these in-ground beds that you almost can't even see. We have moved the ducks over into this area here to help with some pest control. They're doing a great job. But I did want to walk you through the area a little bit just to show you how well everything's going this year. I'm super pleased with how everything's going. Excuse all the noise from the ducks. They are not happy that I'm interrupting them. We did also get additional raised beds into the yard area. I didn't do any videos about that. I'm sorry. I might do a couple more beds in ground here. We haven't fully decided how far out we want to go with that. I think we are pretty much done. We have plenty of growing space at this point for all of our needs. We might decide to put a couple more beds in if we wanted to do additional growth for sales. Right now we're mostly just growing for the couple of families here and friends. So at this time, way back before, these were teeny tiny little Brussels sprouts, and the beans were barely coming up. Now you can see they are taller than me. The pole beans are taller than me, and the Brussels sprouts are almost as tall as I am. We have quite a few that need to be harvested. The eggplant here has produced a few eggplant. It's not thrilled. It didn't get enough sun because it was battling with the beans for sun earlier, so it's struggling a little bit. Plus there's some slug pressure that has stressed it out a little bit. Our peppers over here are doing really well. We've got quite a few red ones coming on. The Oyas are still doing their job. Have a little bit of basil and cilantro that we're still harvesting from this one. You can see our ginormous pumpkin over here is starting to turn orange. All of our pumpkins are just huge and taking over the world. We've got the ground cherries that have come up and are not ready yet. We've got a couple more weeks till we're going to be able to start harvesting those. The birdhouse gourds are doing really well. We've got quite a few of those coming on, and they are super happy. The borage is going great, and these are the yellow zucchinis. They're doing phenomenally. We'll take a little walk down here to the tomatoes. I do want to show you we are growing some parsnips, and they are super happy. We're gonna try and collect some seeds from those for the regrowth next year. Super excited about that. So you can see we have 4 beds now. When I did the last video, I think I only had 3 at the time and was planning to put one in. I'm gonna walk between here. So the cucumbers are doing so well that they fell over last night. Yikes, I'm gonna have to fix that. But tomatoes have just gone absolutely nuts. That's that bed, there's that bed. We've got just tons and tons of tomatoes that are coming on and about to turn red, which is phenomenal because we love them so much, and are super happy about it. Still have some more fall plants that we're planting, or not plants, seeds that we're planting. I've got onions in over here. I've got more onions in over here, and then have some fennel that I've put in over here between these stakes that are just starting to come up. I'm super excited about that. I apologize, I did not do any videos about harvesting all of this ground cover. This was the wheat, barley, vetch, and peas. I harvested that for those seeds, and I actually put it in the pasture way down at the end there to help get some of those seeds out there to get that established down in that area. I'm gonna walk over this way and show you this other area that I believe I showed you before. So like all of these sunflowers hadn't come up yet, and we've actually harvested off of several of them already, but they're still doing really well. They're so beautiful and we love them so much. We've got the comfrey doing really well. We've harvested off of it several times. We do not let it go to seed because we don't want it to take over the world, and that's what comfrey likes to do. But you can see we've got our zucchinis going really well here. We have ginormous pumpkins over here as well. Dahlias are still doing really well. The cut flowers as well as more zucchinis over here. We've got the kohlrabi, we've got cabbages, we've got lemongrass coming in. I've got some more fall crops that are just starting to come up in these other new beds, just to test to see how those beds are going to produce next year. We're super excited. It's looking like it's going to be a really good year. Saving seeds for turnips next year, super excited about that. More cucumbers coming in over here. These little boxes of flowers are growing like crazy. They're doing really well. This is that raised bed that was doing phenomenally this summer, is still doing well because it's got quite a few cool weather crops in it. I want to walk over here and show you guys quickly how our trees are doing. We were gifted quite a few of the plums and unknown trees, and we weren't sure how they were going to do. We lost, I think, 5 total, which was great. So we've got these plums here. We're really excited about. They're doing really well. We're not expecting that guy to make it over the winter, but it's possible. They sometimes surprise us, especially plums. We've got this little guy here that's trying real hard. We'll see how he does this winter. But everybody else, for the most part, has done really well. If you remember, there were potted apples and cherries that we purchased. Those guys actually got in. I did do a video on how I planted these guys and made sure that they were mulched super deep, because we do have that clay loam soil here, so it gets really, really wet, and it stays really wet over the winter. So we don't want our stone fruit and our palm fruit to have wet feet. They don't like it, especially the stone fruit. So we did go ahead and planted them with a raised root ball. So the root ball is actually slightly above the ground here, as you can see a little bit. But they're doing really well. They're really happy. Behind me, you can see the Asian pear has put on quite a load of pears. We do have a couple of apples on those brand new trees. But you can see over in this area, before the goats had done a really good job, well, bugs had done a really good job eating it down. This time I actually built a mobile pen. You can watch that video on how I did that. It works wonderfully. And you can see that was used in this area to eat this down and keep that area from getting overgrown, but also helping to build the soil rather than deplete it by just mowing it. We've got our wildflowers over here, as well as a cover crop. Again, goats have just come through here and done a really good job of eating it down, but these trees are doing really well over in this space. And then we actually ended up getting some hops, so those are doing good. We're going to get to harvest that pretty soon. You can't really see, but up here we do have hops coming on for our first year. We're pretty excited about it. Want to walk you over to, I did actually get the figs in. It took me forever, but I did. I ended up having to hand dig those because the tractor had some malfunctions when we needed to get those in the ground. We did get the blueberries in as well, so the blueberries are here. They're super happy, even though the goats ate them a couple of times. It's fine, just encourages more growth later. We do have the one fig here, and that's in on the border of our wildflower bed, so that's super exciting. We have our autumn olive in there. We have that ground cover that I talked about before of the barley and the buckwheat, and it's doing great. I actually have to harvest it today. There's a second fig that we got in. I'm super excited to see if I get to actually eat any of these figs. Every year I've had the ravens, the birds steal them, so I've not had a single fig off of this tree in the 3 years that I've owned it. Goats are doing really well in their mobile pen. There it is. They're super happy to have the fresh grass every time they get moved, and I'm happy to have them manure and graze that grass down, so I don't have to mow it, and the ground does recover really well. So this is that strawberry bed that we talked about previously. You can see it is super duper happy with all of the cucumbers and the pumpkins and things that are going in there. What you can't see is all the strawberries underneath that are actually still doing really well and very happy they're in there. But we do have our cucumbers coming on as well. You can very easily companion plant all of these, and they do really well because they share space really well, and they deter pests from each other, which we love. more pumpkins growing. Well, not pumpkins, but more squash. So we've got butternuts and pumpkins going there. More borage. We've got a bunch of flowers coming along the fence here. Love them so much. The calendula. We've got snapdragons. We've got hummingbird mint. But we're just super thrilled with how everything's doing. I did have a setback with my artichokes, unfortunately. I think we've got curly leaf virus, so I'm hoping I can get these guys recovered. I don't know if they're going to. I've read some things that you just can't recover it, read some things that you can. This raised bed's doing really well. We've got like the third crop going on in here. It's even got tomatoes and some ground cherries in it, but it's got broccoli that we need to harvest. It's got celery that's doing really well. We're just super excited with how everything's going here. But so if you guys have any questions, do go ahead and leave those in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and check back for the next adventure. We've got to get that greenhouse in still. Oh, I didn't show you the mushrooms. I'm so sorry, but those mushroom bins are doing really well. We've harvested off of these guys a couple of times, and then I also got winter potatoes going in, so we'll have winter potatoes, and that'll be exciting too. I'll try and remember to video that. All right, check back in and see how everything goes the next couple of months.